Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 421. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, as Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham. I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side. Join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, promote your business. That would be awesome as well. And also, if you could share this out, that would also be awesome so that more people here in Durham can find out what indeed is happening today in the Bull City. So let's get started with the word page. That is the government and nonprofit information page. Grab my little iPad here. There are all these different programs. I mean, you can just go up and down the page and see what pertains to you in terms of what's being offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham, and also Durham County. There are all these, like the toilet rebate program. That's a fun one where you can replace your old, especially like if you live in an old house and you have an old toilet, it can take up to 6 gallons per flush. That's a lot of water. So if you get a new toilet, a new head, efficiency toilet, they might only use like 1.5 gallons of water. So you're saving a lot on your water bill. The city will put up to $100 on your water bill to help you out. And that, in a way, is sort of like getting a free toilet, because I went to Lowe's and a lot of these toilets are only like $100. So you can install them by going to YouTube. And, if you can follow instructions pretty well and you have the right tools, you might be able to do it yourself. Otherwise, you might want to have somebody else handle that for you. But anyway, check it out. It's on the word page and it's under City of Durham. Also on the word page, the Durham County libraries are all open until 6. That does include Bragtown. The libraries reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and Bragtown is not open on Saturdays. Let's go to the health page, to your health. Let's go there. I do have your COVID updates. Surprisingly, there are still updates. The Pfizer booster vaccines are finally available for young ones from ages 6 months to 4 years old, so you can check that out. The Durham County Department of Public Health is at 414 East Main Street. They have clinics where you can get the vaccines that are open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 until 4:30. They're closed for 1 hour at noon for lunch. Also, let's see. Oh, Blood Connection's having a blood drive. Let's scroll down to that. So the Blood Connection, they do, like what the American Red Cross does, include in terms of collecting blood from donators, from volunteers, and it really helps people in need. I've had to have a blood transfusion like years ago, but boy, that really helps. It really, really helps. So the Blood Connection is having a blood drive. Today's the 21st, right? Okay, so they're at Voyager Academy High School. That's on Ben Franklin Boulevard. They've been there since 9 and will start closing up at 2. So if you could help out, they would love that. Also, they're at Duke University, Camp Kasem, which is at 124 Science Drive. They just started and they will be there until 4. Oh, and then tomorrow, Blood Connection will be at the Gloria Dillard Durham Community Blood Drive. That's a big community event, 411 Holloway Street tomorrow, 10 until 2. All right. And HELP is open today. Let me scroll down. HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program. This is where you can donate items you no longer need, like canes, wheelchairs, tub transfer benches, that sort of thing. And then if you need something like that, you can actually borrow them for up to 3 months at a time. And this is really especially for people who don't have a lot of money, don't have insurance, etc. These items are expensive, especially wheelchairs. Wheelchairs cost hundreds, literally hundreds of dollars. So Project Access runs this program. They're located at 4206 North Roxborough Street, Suite 100, and they're open today, 1 until 5. 2 days a week they're open, Tuesdays 10 to 2, Fridays 1 to 5. Okay, let's see. Let's go directly to the Let's Go page. There's so much happening with it being a Friday. So let's see. Let's see. Let's scroll down to 21. Tell you what's happening. Let's see. Let's see. Boy. There we are, finally. Okay. Now, this is going on right now, and this might only work for you if you're in the neighborhood where this is happening. But Frontier RTP, right now, they're hosting an Earth Day service project. They're listing it as 1625 South Alston Avenue, but what it really is the, not that they're, hiding anything, but Church of the Abiding Savior Lutheran. So it's a Lutheran church, the one that you've seen if you live in the neighborhood. I live right down the street from that. So it's right like around the back of Burger King, that church that's right there behind Burger King on South Alston. So they will be raking up and spreading like mulch, doing some weeding, preparing the vegetable beds. This is actually in coordination with North Carolina Central University. Let's give them credit as well. So if you could help out, and lunch will be provided, by the way. So if you happen to be in the area, drop by, because they just started a half hour ago and we'll be going until 1:30. And the address, again, is 1625 South Alston Avenue. New Visions of Africa restaurant will be giving away meals to people in need. If you are in need, you're hungry, stop by. They're served by the 5 and the 5K bus. They will be doing this from 3 until 6, and they're right next door to W.D. Hill on Fayetteville Street. DJ 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, that's me. Note the shirt. DJ 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. I will be playing music today at the bus station downtown. Hope you can stop by. If you are coming home from work or going to work, second shift or whatever, I'll be out there playing music from 3:30 until 6:30, and I'll take requests. A lot of people like to just stay for quite a while and dance and just hang out. Downtown Durham Inc. is working with Go Durham, and Downtown Durham Inc. they put out the cute little tables and chairs. So, and there's a food truck there, so you can get like a late lunch, sit around, listen to some music, hang out. So I invite you to the bus station downtown on Pettigrew Street. I'll be there again, 3:30 until 6:30. It's called The Mix. Okay, if you want to hear a different type of music, the Carillon Daily Recital will emanate from Duke University Chapel. Beautiful church music. Church bells will be ringing from 4:59 until 5:20. All you have to do is to go to Facebook Live, click on the link. I do have the link provided on the Let's Go page. Turn up your Bluetooth speaker or whatever you have. Listen to some beautiful music. Okay. Stephen Munoz, who will be leading Lojo, that is Log Off Jam On. This is to be held at the Boxyard RTP, 900 Park Offices Drive, 5:30 until 8:30. This is where Mr. Munoz will be. He's a great R&B. I don't know what else he does, but I've heard him do R&B. He sings and plays guitar. You can join him on stage, bring your saxophone or whatever. And it is a jam session. It's really fun. It's outdoors. It's free to attend. And of course, there are eateries close by, so you can actually grab dinner at the same time. Of course, it's third Friday. After all, it is the 21st of April. So it's third Friday, which means you can walk around downtown, like between 6-ish and 9-ish. Different galleries will be showing off what they have. Some will have live music. Some will have snacks. So it's a good time to just walk around, enjoy the beautiful weather, and enjoy beautiful art. Now, the Durham Arts Council, they're going to be hosting the Durham Public Schools Art Instructor Showcase. And that means art instructors who work with DPS, they'll be showcasing their art. And that's going to be tonight from 6 until 8. And also DPS affiliated musicians will be there. Adia Ledbetter, Emily Raleigh, Travis Smith, and Josh Zasloff. They will all be playing music or singing or doing something musical from 6 until 8 to accompany the art display at the Durham Arts Council, which is at 120 Morris Street. Through this lens, they're like a photo gallery. They'll be making the debut of the 25 prints by 25 photographers. It's an exhibit by Barefoot Contessa Photo Adventures. That will be tonight, 6 until 9. And Roy Lee Duval, he is a proprietor. He usually has snacks. I don't know if he will tonight, but he usually does. So you might want to stop by, enjoy a little snack, and look at some beautiful photos. Again, I didn't tell you where it is. Through This Lens is at 303 East Chapel Hill Street. Okay, also happening today downtown, Duke University's Keenan Institute for Ethics. They're having their Ethics of Now series. This time it's going to be held at the Durham Arts Council. They hold it at different venues. So tonight it will be at the Durham Arts Council from 7 until 8. And this is where Professor Adrienne Lentz-Smith interviews different people. Tonight's guest will be 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, talking about how to be in good relation, where we name our identities and how we love each other. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 is the author of Native American DNA, Tribal Belonging, and the False Promise of Genetic Science. That sounds interesting. Wow, that's going to be this evening. It's a free event, free admission. Face masks are highly encouraged. It's a closed-in space, and that is going to be from 7 until 8 at the Durham Arts Council. The UNC Faculty Jazz Band with Rasan Barber on sax, Juan Alamo on malice and percussion, Stephen Anderson on piano, Jason Foreman on bass. They'll be appearing in concert tonight with guest artist drummer Marcus Finney at the Sharp 9 Gallery. This is off of Fayetteville Road and Martin Luther King Parkway on Industry Lane. That's going to be tonight from 8 until 10. Great jazz. Tickets are $25, and I have a link right there for you so you can get your ticket for tonight's show starting at 8 o'clock. Now, the kids are going to like this. This isn't just for kids, but kids love the dark and they love the night sky. So not all do, but if your kid loves the night sky, check this out. Duke Teaching Observatory, they're going to be out on West Cornwallis Road, out there in the dark, looking at the night sky through 5 Meade LX200 GPS Schmidt Cassegrain telescopes. Now, who doesn't want to do that? That's going to be a free event tonight, and it'll be a little bit later tonight. It'll be from 9 until 11. So definitely take the kids, air them out, and they will love this event. Also happening tonight, speaking of young folks, Black Space and Only Us Media, they are co-hosting Med City Cypher. That starts at 9:19 tonight. Love that beginning time at 201 North Corcoran Street, which you might recognize as CCB Plaza. They'll be meeting over there by Major the Bull. And this is where young people get together and they enjoy wordplay, putting together raps, just artistry. So if you're a young person and you want to get into that, that's going to be tonight from 9:19 until 11. You don't have to be young, but I know this really relates to young folks. Okay, also happening tonight, celebrate African heritage and Afrofuturism at the Jam Bay Nights. That's going to be at Gojo by Gursha, which is on West Morgan Street. Ladies are free to enter until 11. Otherwise, it'll be $10. And this is like music, art, etc. at Gojo by Gursha. Now, let me just run through real quick what's happening tomorrow morning. As you might know, tomorrow's show will be at 10. And I like to let you know in advance what happens tomorrow morning so that you don't miss out. So Angels Among Us, that they're celebrating their 30th anniversary with a 5K and also Walk of Hope and a new Kids Dash that starts at Duke University Hospital tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'm assuming it's a fundraiser, so you can click on the link and learn more on how to participate. Durham Farmers Market, summer hours, 8 until noon tomorrow in Durham Central Park. Also, the Durham Craft Market, 8 until noon, Durham Central Park. South Durham Farmers Market, summer hours, 8 until noon, south on Highway 55 in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. Reinvestment Partners are having their home buyer education workshop, an all-day thing from 9 until 5:30, very intense. So if you're really really serious about finding a home, how to get started. You want to learn all the steps, all about like the inspections, closings, and mortgages, all of that. You learn everything there is to know. The class fee is $50, so you do have to be totally serious about this. This is at 110 East Gear Street. The link is right there on the Let's Go page. Talking a lot. Okay. Endeavor Martial Arts RDU on South Miami Boulevard. They're hosting something called Fusion Fitness. And this will be tomorrow from 9:30 until 10:15, where they start with dance, like salsa, tango, belly dance, modern dance. And then they end with high energy kickboxing. That sounds like quite the workout. So you can pay the $10 class fee when you arrive. You don't have to worry about paying it in advance. You just get there, pay the 10, and then enjoy. Now, let's see, there's one more event, two more events. Okay. St. Joseph AME Church is hosting the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Career Fair. We had two guests on yesterday telling us all about this incredible career fair where they being Merck Pharmaceuticals and other pharmaceutical and tech companies, they're looking for all kinds of different folks to work with them. You can have a degree. If you don't have a degree, they still want to talk to you. They have all of these, what they call family sustaining jobs, which means good paying jobs. So if you don't have a degree, you don't have the confidence, get that confidence together and go to this this job fair and get a good paying job. They will help you with your resume, which means they are totally serious about hiring folks. They'll also give you some interview tips. So yeah, definitely check this out. St. Joseph AME Church, 2521 Faithful Street, starting at 10 tomorrow. I think it's from 10 until 2. And again, it's called the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Career Fair. Go there. If you're young, old, whatever, go and see about these jobs. There's hundreds. I put dozens on the page, on the Let's Go page, but yesterday they were talking about hundreds. I just wanted to keep it modest, but yeah, go get that job. Okay. The Poof Teen Center, they are in Wellens Village, 1100 North Miami Boulevard. Tomorrow, they're going to have a car wash fundraiser for the young people, and that's going to be tomorrow from 10 until 3. $15 if you have a car, $20 if you have an SUV. And I don't think they're doing interior detailing. I think they're doing the outside, the hand washing and drying. It says here tire and rim cleaning. They'll be cleaning your windows. And a little tip, I do hope that they run the cloth up the windshield wipers, because that's very helpful as well. But anyway, that's going to be tomorrow. So if you could help them out by going, even though it might be raining, see if you can help them out. And that's going to be tomorrow at Wellens Village. Oh, one more thing, the NC Indigenous Artist Festival. That's going to be tomorrow from 10 until 6. Even though it's going to be in Raleigh, I still want to announce it because this is something a lot of people are interested in. You can enjoy performances by Lumbee Youth from the Pembroke Boys and Girls Club. They're going to have other Indigenous artists. They're going to have a vendor fair, basket making workshops, collaborative clay activities, an educator workshop, which is really hip, a nature journaling class, gallery tours with members of the Teen Arts Council, all kinds of stuff. So it should be really fun. And that's going to be tomorrow from 10 until 6. Free admission. How about that? And I think parking is free too. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, free to attend. All right, let me put my iPad down here this time. Let's check the weather. It's perfect. Again, it's 78 degrees. It's sunny. It's going to be sunny all day long. It's going up to 84. So while I'm DJing out there at the bus station, come and sit under the little umbrella at the little tables and have a good time. Now tomorrow it's going to be a little iffy. It's going up to 71. And unfortunately, an 80% chance of rain. It's Earth Day and there's a lot of events planned, so I hope they don't get rained out. Let me check for Sunday because the big Earth Day celebration downtown is actually on Sunday. Let's see. So Sunday, okay, 69, but sunny. So that's good. It won't be rained out in any case. So there you go. If you could share this out, that would be really awesome. Now it looks like our cook has clicked on the link, so let's see what's happening out in Kennewick, Washington State. Guy, what is new?
Well, we're getting temperatures in the 60s for our highs.
Good.
So I
Fine.
think by next weekend, not tomorrow weekend, but the week from now, I'll be able to plant outside. I'm going to keep an eye on the weather because there's always those freak cold snaps that come in. Like we had snow in April,
Well,
and that's abnormal even for here.
I think it's
But
snowing in Chicago lately.
I'm sharing my screen because remember we talked about I was going to show you a picture of the produce.
Ooh, nice.
There's my cucumbers, and you can see they're getting the leaf that they'll have as adults. See that kind of a 5-sided leaf?
Nice.
And then I got to go back. There's probably a way you can, and that's the zucchini, and they're even taller and bigger.
Oh, they're ready. They want to go outside.
Yeah, these zucchini are almost touching the top of the glass roof. You know, they're clear plastic. I call it the glass roof.
Do you have to divide those two plants, or can you plant them together like that?
I'll plant them together.
Okay.
And then one of them is going to be the lion in the jungle, and the other one won't make it. Oh. So that's what I've learned that from experience. Just put 2 seeds in, and pick of the litter is going to do the job.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hopefully, I don't get 4 zucchini plants because I'll have to get the address in Durham to ship them. There's going to be a bunch.
Send them on.
Yeah, Brooke Davy in Walla Walla, when I lived there, she taught me on zucchini. I'll stop sharing. The zucchini, you want to do yellow ones instead of the green ones, because the green ones, God bless them, will hide down in the vines and get
yeah,
and I don't want that. So now I've learned, this will be my 4th year, I think 4th year growing yellow ones.
Okay.
No more problem with big ones.
Have you ever made zucchini bread?
No, I've donated zucchinis to 2 grandmothers in Walla Walla. You know the great big ones I was talking about? I said, follow me down to my house. They live right around the corner from me. And so they followed me over, and the zucchinis came out and their eyes got real big. I said, you know that zucchini bread you're going to make for Christmas? Here's the zucchini.
There you go.
And, I bet you I gave them 15 pounds of zucchini just from the giant ones.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, they were big boys.
I used to grow, when I was in Chicago, I used to grow lots of strawberries, and I used to invite my neighbors to come, because I really don't.
I've read on strawberries, they have a variety. Instead of it just coming on once in June and then they're done, there's an ever-bearing strawberry. I haven't planted any, but you get strawberries all the time.
Yeah, I don't think I had that kind. Yeah,
ever-bearing.
I'll tell you one thing I like about strawberries is that they continuously send out runners, and they keep. So I started like with a couple plants, ended up with like a dozen plants. Another thing I used to do, I used to grow mint, and I had a neighbor across the street. She would watch.
That goes nuts.
She would watch the Kentucky Derby on TV, and she'd come get some mint and make adult beverages.
Oh yeah, the mint julep, the traditional beverage. But on strawberries, the best setup I've ever seen in my life for strawberries. You know those big plastic wading pools for little kids?
Yeah.
Like 6 feet across, 5 feet across.
Yeah.
A lady took one of those, buried it into the ground so that the top edge of the pool was level with her lawn, filled it up with potting soil, put the strawberries in there. So then when the little runners, if the runner went outside of the pool, they do from time to time. Yeah, exactly. You cut them off.
I actually just watched a YouTube video where somebody was planting in little kitty wading pools because the dirt in their yard was kind of rough,
Uh-huh.
and they were old and didn't really want to dig everything. So they actually kept the wading pool above ground, but they filled it with good potting soil and
Oh,
grew some.
I think her burying it helps support the sides.
Yeah,
That
smart.
would be a lot of pressure on the edges.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah. Actually, what you could do is put a row of bricks, I guess. If you can't do digging, I guess you could line it with bricks on the outside
yeah,
to
just get
protect
one
it,
man blocks and put on the edge. Yeah,
or cinder
that'd
blocks.
work.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're talking about a lot of gardening. So you must be really getting excited about spring.
Well, yeah, and this weekend I'm really excited because you know
Mhm.
what this weekend is? The
Oh,
last weekend of April is opening day of fishing season.
oh, you're about to go out on the water.
And so when we lived on the coast, we always went to Lake Mineral to fish.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're back here. I don't know if I'm going to go to the Scootney Reservoir, try to gamble. There's an area with a lot of volcanic lakes, and they
Ooh,
call it the Potholes region in central Washington.
that should be cool.
And yeah, it will be cool.
Literally. Mhm. So is it like
So
black? Is it like black sand or loamy kind of?
no, it's the real rocky. It's just like a piece of the earth was scooped up, and I don't know millions of years ago what happened, but there's
Wow.
all these different spots.
Mm-hmm.
They're low spots in the rock,
Mm-hmm.
filled up with water over the years, springs or whatever.
Must be super clean.
And well, we went up to O'Sullivan. It's the big natural lake that's
Mm-hmm.
behind up in Othello region, and it was full of scum, algae.
Oh,
You couldn't even see hardly at all.
that's too
It's
bad.
not like the good old days.
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody
amazing what 50 years will do.
50. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been that long since I fished that lake.
Well, I hope you can get in some good fishing. What's in season? I guess crappie. Don't they
Rocky.
start with smelts and crappie and all that?
Well,
Crappie, crappie.
if I was going to get smelt, I will never eat freshwater smelt again because I've eaten the saltwater variety that they get
Mm-hmm.
in Port Orchard. And in fact, my late father and mother-in-law were there visiting us in Port Orchard.
Mm-hmm.
Darlene came home from work and said, "Oh, there's a bunch of cars down at Ross Point. If you're in Port Orchard, Ross Point is where you go to dip smelt.
Oh.
The smelt will swim right into your net, and that's why it's called dipping smelt." We told Gladys, my mother-in-law, about that, and she said, "Oh, you guys are trying to pull my leg. I've never heard of a fish swim right in your net." And Chet says, "Well, let's go and show her." He had easily $100 a pair of boots on,
Mm-hmm.
and he's down there in the salt water kicking them smelt up on
Oh
the beach.
no.
And then his two grandsons are picking them up, and they just scoop out a hole in the gravel
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't have a bucket
Yeah.
and throw the smelt in there. And then one guy down there, he had a bunch of mini,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave us some. So we took them home, cleaned them all up. Some people cook them whole, but I don't. I take the guts out and take the
Yeah.
head off because that's how you eat fish.
Yeah.
And we fried them up for breakfast the next day. And Gladys wanted to stay another day, I think. She loved them.
That was some
Just
good eating.
yum, yum.
How
So,
about
yeah,
that?
that's my experience with smelt. The river here that's famous for it is in, I guess you'd call it Southwest Washington, is the Cowlitz.
Okay.
And they go down there and get smelt just because there's millions of them.
Million.
You know, they're only little fish about that big.
Mm-hmm. I would
And
write about it every year because in Chicago they place the fish in certain lagoons and invite you to come,
oh
fish
yeah,
them
yeah.
out.
They just stocked. I think they said on the news 8,000 trout were stocked into the kiddie pond down here at the park.
I
because
bet.
every year they let the kids go down there and fish. And the guy that was stocking it, he pointed out a really good thing. He says, now what's going to happen is mom and dad are going to bring kids down here, and they're going to catch the fish every cast because there's just so many of them, and just and then they're going to take them real fishing, and it won't be that quick.
Oh well, yeah, of course not.
So the kids are going to be left with kind of a well, that's a bad spot to go. We should go back down there to the kiddie pond, and then we catch a bunch down there. Anyway,
but it's nice to start out with success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, start them out on the.
That's my wife's. You mentioned crappie. We call them crappie, and in fact, I need to look up that attractive. There's supposed to be some kind of a juice you can spray on the lure and make it more attractive to a crappie.
Oh.
And anyway, because they usually tend to swim in schools, you catch one, you're going to catch a bunch.
Wow. Wow.
So
nice.
We'll see.
They used to teach. They used to have a program called Cast at Jordan Lake, and they used to invite young people to come out and learn how to fish, and they provide them with the poles and the bait and everything. I hope they of course they stopped it for COVID, but I do hope they bring that back because.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking off to my right because somebody sent me a message.
Learn how to fish.
Oh, one of my classmates. She's known as the nurse. My grandniece. Bailey, she couldn't say Meredith, so she called her the nurse because she's a retired nurse.
Okay.
And she's back from vacation in San Diego. That's all that message was.
Oh, okay. Well, so this weekend you'll be obviously doing some fishing and some diving. So.
Well, either that or we've got let's see, it's Darlene's mother's brother, Uncle Bob, who lives less than a mile away. And he was born in 1933, so he needs help.
Oh, okay.
And so we might spend the weekend cleaning up the wood that's stacked up for God knows how long, decades, stacked up behind his garage to have it not be a fire hazard. Because what's bad here is they let everybody go nuts with the fireworks.
Oh.
So all it takes is one spark.
Yeah.
And it's so dry here.
That,
yeah, you got to worry about that.
I see. Well, it's nice of you to do that for him.
Yeah, we might be over there. We went one time when we worked most of the day. We were so beat. We got home, and I just talked to Frank, my brother-in-law, and he says, "Yeah, we took about an hour nap in the recliner." I said, "Yeah, me too." That's the first thing I thought of.
So wait, is Frank Bob's brother?
No, Frank is Bob's nephew.
Oh, I was.
Frank is Darlene's brother.
I had an Uncle Bob, and he had a brother named Frank. So I just thought that was kind of coincidental.
Oh, that's a small world.
Yeah.
That's just like that electrical outlet that you got the 3 plug in. I couldn't believe it when you held that up. That was pretty amazing.
Hey, which plug? Oh, the one that I was talking about during the Christmas season?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can only find those during the Christmas season.
Yeah, I don't think they sell them anymore. I don't think you can get one on a bet. Maybe you can. Anyway, I'm going to go look for crappie attracted.
Okay.
And have a great day.
You too. Now, tomorrow's show is going to be pre-recorded, but you're going to be busy anyway. But
well, let's hope it's not at Uncle Bob slaving away, but it could be.
Well, thank you, Guy, for dropping by as always.
Okay. And I'll keep you posted with the
cucumber. I mean the zucchinis.
Yeah, the garden.
Who's here? Barb's here. Hey, Barb.
Oh, hi, Barb.
Just happened to catch that you were on, and I needed to hear something cheerful. Have you got something to cheer me up today?
Well, get the weather report for Durham is pretty cheerful.
Is that right?
Well, it's 78. It's going to be 84. And Guy's talking about fishing and gardening and all kinds of great stuff.
Wow.
Show Barb your zucchini plant.
Okay, just a
Share
second.
that out again. 'Cause
I
that,
think I closed that browser tab I did.
oh, shoot.
It'll just take a second.
Okay.
And then internet time.
One quick second. It's pretty
Oh,
remarkable.
remember yesterday I told you there was a new upgrade on the browser on
Yeah.
Vivaldi?
Yeah.
Version 6 is a 23 joule stem winder. They've got some good stuff. Let's see.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Percent share screen,
Okay.
and then entire screen, that one,
Okay.
share, and
There it is.
Bazinga.
Kaboom. Look at that, Barb.
Those are my cucumbers, and they've already gotten their adult leaves. I call them
Great.
like that oval shaped leaf. That's just getting them up out of the ground. But
Yeah.
when they got to the point that stem, and then the zucchini are huge. They're almost at the top of the
Huge. Yeah, they're ready to go outside.
Yeah. Next weekend they'll go on the ground. And I explained to Pat the reason they're in those red cups. I don't know if you can tell it, but there's 2 cups there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The outside cup is solid, right? And the inside cup is cut the bottom of it out so the
Mm-hmm.
water will drain out, and then cut up one side. So when I get to the point of, let me stop sharing. When I get to the point of putting them in the ground,
Mm-hmm.
I just take that inside cup, slide it out of the outer cup, and open it like a book in Bazinga. I've got the
Yeah.
ready to go plant.
Okay. Got it all
I
figured
learned
out.
that off of YouTube several years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
It worked.
I
good.
learned that a long time ago myself. That's the way to do it.
Now, do you garden there and or you're
I-
not in Oregon?
Well, I'm not at my place in Oregon. I'm at my place in Albuquerque, but that is the place where I used to do that. Albuquerque is where I used to do that. And
Mexico.
in Oregon, that's a resort community, and so and I chose that because I didn't have to do the maintenance.
Then once you
I reached that stage in life, Guy. I just don't want to be out there mowing grass.
Yeah, they made me retire from mowing grass when I moved here to Kennewick, and that was a real heart because I was really bonded with my lawnmower. It was just my pride and joy. My first year that I bought a self-propelled lawnmower, because I always pushed them before, that self-propelled, I was spoiled.
Self-propelled.
I said, I can mow the grass. There's no problem with mowing the grass. No, you're not going to do it. His name's Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, he comes on Thursday and does the job.
Bless your heart. That's cute. That is cute. So, Barb, what is new out there in New Mexico? Is it like 80 degrees, I suppose?
I should look at the weather. I've not been feeling well this whole week.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
so it's, and when you just have, I could finally taste food and it tasted normal today.
Oh, good. You're on the mend.
So I said, all right, I'm getting better. And yet I'm overwhelmed because the only thing I did, I just did the bare bones maintenance in my Facebook group this week. And then, every Thursday I have to go live in the Udemy student group.
Oh.
And so this week we actually had 2 episodes, back to back. So that's like 2 hours of that. And then I consulted with the teacher after that for another hour. So
Wow.
I'm not feeling well, right?
That's a lot.
So doing 3 hours of talk, and dealing with the technology is like I was wiped out.
Wow.
And so it's like how to, to get back, feel upbeat again.
Well, hopefully this weekend you can just put your feet up and enjoy. I don't know, a little beverage or something. And
I'm gonna continue watching a series on. Is that's on? Must be on. Yeah, Amazon Prime. It's called Homeland.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard about it, but I wouldn't. When I very first saw the series started back in 2011, and I'm not sure if I
Wow.
think it actually started elsewhere, and then Amazon Prime bought it, if I'm
It's
not
still in
mistaken.
production?
But it won just the 12 different awards, and I mean it's an amazing series. But
Oh.
the title Homeland took
Mhm.
me. That immediately I relate to when I hear that word.
Mhm.
9/11 is what I think of
Oh, well, yeah.
when I hear
Yeah.
Homeland, right?
Homeland Security.
And the main character is a female, and so I think I'm in, and there were 8 seasons, and they decided ahead of time they were just going to go 8 seasons.
Mhm. Oh.
And so, but in my real life, I mean, this was in 2011 when they put the first one out,
Mhm.
and that was the year that I was diagnosed with cancer. So it actually goes. And then I thought about my own story of living from that time frame to the end of that series
Mhm.
as I'm watching the series itself. And I'm telling you, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. And the main character is bipolar.
Okay.
And so, in dealing with someone that is bipolar and is a CIA agent, whoa.
Sounds intriguing. I have to
Oh,
check.
yeah. We watched that. It's a blonde lady, and she's like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good show. That's a good
She,
show.
but on the edge of my seat. So like I wasn't feeling well, and I thought, well, I don't want to be bored. I want to stay awake as much as possible because I want to know, you know, with my health story, what my body is doing, if I need to go to the doctor, what have you. So,
Mhm.
and so I'm now in season 5 and deeply
Okay.
entrenched in it, but I'm finding, I mean, it makes me, because obviously things that, the writers pulled from real life,
Mhm.
and fictionalized story. And so much of what happened, I mean, there are so many ways I can relate to that movie that I've just been overcome by it most of the week while I'm not been feeling well. But it's great to feel better today.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
The sun is shining outside. So, and normally, I think 2 days ago, I shared on my Facebook profile that the balloons were going up in Albuquerque,
Mhm.
and that was, the sun is shining, but it's been good so far. But I honestly, and it is a daily habit with me, I haven't even looked at my AccuWeather for today. Let me see because that's the one that I prefer for this area.
Mhm.
My husband has. Did you use Weather Underground in Web 1.0? I mean,
I
Weather
think I
Underground.
used when I first got I think Roku. I think I used Weather Underground. And
Yeah.
right now I'm using, what is this? Oh, actually I use two. I use AccuWeather and just the plain weather app. It's
Yeah.
on.
Weather.com. I
Yeah.
compare all 3, and the most reliable to me overall has been AccuWeather for my destinations. But my husband claims that
Hmm.
the Weather Underground continues to be the best. And it's saying here that we're supposed to be 68 degrees high with a feel of 72 today.
That's nice and
Or
moderate.
72. It's not that bad.
I
Yeah.
find AccuWeather really good for precipitation. When they say it's going to rain in 14 minutes, it usually starts raining in
Yeah,
1 minute.
right. I found it closer on myself, so that's where I went. But definitely not. Leela wanted me to participate in his live about the Constitution, and I thought, man, I really, this is, you don't understand, buddy. This has been a really tough week, and you want me to talk about the Constitution this week?
Constitution.
My brain just can't go there.
Well,
So,
I do hope that you allow yourself to relax and just take it easy and
well,
don't worry about anything.
yeah. And so while I watch that, I continue churning out my books in Chat GPT, none of which I've published on Amazon yet. It's so embarrassing to watch today's publishers publish a 28-page document as a book on Amazon and then claim to be a #1 bestseller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just really, I love to read. I love to write. But and you come from a journalism background yourself, so you understand exactly what I'm talking about.
And I've noticed that this Chat GPT is everywhere on YouTube. Everybody's talking about it.
Oh, sure.
Some are saying it's the end of the world.
Well, there is not any technology that we can't turn into bad. And that brings me back to that series I've been watching because they bring technology into it. And of course, so much of the, because they're in the foreign countries, they're fighting with drones. They're using drones for that. And so how the drones would go in and just, blow things up. It's amazing how technology has impacted everything that we do.
Yeah.
And I don't think
I get a drone one day.
I have one before the FAA got all involved. I got it in the early stages. It's in a case now. And the thing, I mean, when I first got it, it was like the 1.0, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh, this sounds really good to fly on. And so I had, it was quite funny. I was sober. Those assisting me with it were not. And they were all over 50. And so it was a hilarious event. But right away I could tell it was something that it was not to be toyed with.
Yeah.
And that's basically in level 1.0. It's like, well, is this a toy or is this a tool? And
I'm amazed how high they can go, because I was at an event in Greensboro, and there's a teen, and he had a drone, and I tried to follow it. It went up so high I couldn't.
Oh, right. And the FAA has, all kinds of rules and stuff now for drone flying. And
actually, he was breaking the law, because in North Carolina you can't fly a drone over people like a public event. It was a public event, so he was actually breaking the law. But I don't know if had it been enacted by then. But
well, you have to, and I'll check North Carolina out, because there's that ballooning event in North Carolina, that milestone ballooning event coming up this year.
Oh,
they're 50 years.
They are super duper strict in North Carolina. You have to have a license.
Oh yeah, you do. That's what I'm saying. That overall in the United States of America, the FAA has stepped in since it was introduced. Since it was first introduced. And this series, 2011, I probably got a drone in 2011. I would say in the fall of 2011. That would have been like the 1.0, version kind of thing. I got that. But this movie goes using them by the military in combat, and they use them regularly right now. It was in one of the practices that I have, one of the daily practices I have. And I think I've told you both this before. I have used Snagit since 1.0, SNAG-IT, by TechSmith. And it's a screen share application. Screenshot application.
Okay.
And so it's just to keep my memory, it's like, how can I remember this? So because I come from the journalism background, it was like,
Mm-hmm.
we know how the headlines are always pulling everybody in.
Yeah.
And it's the clickbait headlines.
So,
And
yeah.
so I thought, as instead of a diary, and as we're keeping our journals, it's I'll take a snapshot every morning with my coffee. Instead of using a newspaper, I just go to Google and do news.google.com, right?
Okay.
And then I look at the results that come up, because it will pull up the results that are for your area, and if you've refined it, your interests.
Mm-hmm.
And so this week, while I've been watching this, there's been several stories on drones being used, by the police and the military, and how much more often they're being used. And in the world of ballooning, that I love so much, they are, because we've had problems with accessibility to helium, which they use for the pieballs which they test the winds in the sky before they go flying. There's a helium shortage. The thing is that they are now using drones to test the winds.
Oh, there you go.
So obviously, you think a lot of these balloon pilots are also gifted photographers. They have a keen eye for photography, and they've built that into their business plans.
Did you see when they had that parking garage collapse in New York City? They not only used drones, but they used those robot dogs.
Yes,
That was wild.
that
You see
was
that guy? It was like creepy. I shouldn't say creepy, but the robot dogs, they do move in a really eerie kind of manner.
Yep, you're right.
Are we having a little future shock today?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
If you want future shock, watch last week's 60 Minutes talking about artificial intelligence.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
That BARD processor, it's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
I'm gonna
what
write
they
that
can
down.
do.
I meant to watch that.
Yeah, I put a link to that in that group of mine too.
Yeah, thank you,
Patricia.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
Yeah, I do need. I meant to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that most definitely, and where we are with technology. But that is in that series, in that 8-year series. And I looked at the viewership over the whole. I obviously had to go to Wikipedia, because I had to know more about the actors and so forth, because I had watched in the first, I think it was 3 years, first seasons 1 through 3. Yeah, because he was hung in season 3. The leading male actor is also that his first name is Damien. Can't remember. He's a redhead, but he is the main star in Billions. I don't know if you ever watched that series.
No.
But oh my gosh, that'll keep you on the edge of your seat too.
Okay.
And that I have watched, and how it's on money manipulation, the stock market, and all that kind of stuff is really cool. And so, and he was in this Homeland series, and oh my gosh, he played a wild character, no doubt about that. But in the series, they were definitely they were showing the government embracing technology and the frustrations. It was like you and me and Guy would be in this office as our younger selves, and we would be at the computers doing all this technology stuff. And then, because we also have a journalistic background, we're the ones that are evaluating this stuff and giving reports, right? Can't you imagine yourself as that person? Yeah. And we're watching all these screens and everything. And the whole, it is amazing to me and how they brought this in. And then you see they come back behind the scenes with the people and how the government employees are so frustrated in just not keeping up with the technology. Like the people know, the Yumian and guys of the world know what's wrong. We need this technology, we need this tool, and then just all the bureaucracy that's involved in getting it to us, and will it be timely, and save lives or not. So yeah, it
Very cool.
yeah, definitely keeps your interest. So
Sounds
you
like it definitely kept your interest for sure.
and not feeling well. So you guys are both going to be outside this weekend, huh?
Yeah, actually, in about an hour, I'm going to head downtown. I'll be DJing at the bus station. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be outside, just sitting out there
Will
enjoying.
that be in daylight, in the daytime?
Yeah, 3:30 until 6:30 this evening.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should mention music, because the very first thing that happened to me when I got onto Facebook today, and that's really when I said, I wonder if Guy and Patricia are going to be there today chatting afterwards, because I want to know about your Facebook notifications. Have you noticed? I have 1,900 and some friends. So
Whoa.
I'm not even getting. So if I had that many friends, if I got 10%, I'd be getting 10% notifications. If everybody posted every day, I'd at least be getting like 195, right, or something. And then there might be pages I like on top of that, right? So back in the old days, I did get, I probably no less than 50 notifications a day.
You
But
know what?
now I'm not even getting 10, and I know these people are online,
You know, come to
especially in
think of it,
Bloom.
I haven't seen my sisters post in a while.
Right, there you go. And so that's when I said, I know that my family's living, and I think they've shut the darn notifications off. It's been terrible.
I do get notifications, but it's not necessary. Most often it's comments. Comments.
Where you're tagged? Is that what you're saying? When they actually tag you?
Or someone makes a comment on the show. But come to think of it, I am not seeing, because I haven't seen a sister by my post.
Well, see, I don't see anything from you on your Patricia. We're friends, so you're one of those 1,900 and some people. But I don't see notifications from Patricia Murray. I see Durham Skywriter, because I interact with that page each week when you post, that you're doing your show. I at least post, a reaction. So because I know it helps the page, and
one thing that I do though, Barb, is that I tell people who are here in Durham to go ahead, if they have events, to go ahead and actually post them on my page.
Yeah. And do they
sometimes,
do it?
Yeah, and otherwise there are some posts that I think I would have missed.
Yeah, that's wonderful that you've built, the audience up enough that they do that for you, because I have trouble even in Balloon Talk getting those guys to post the events, and I'm thinking, here you are, event producers and promoters. You'd think that those people would know the most about actually how to use the tools on these social platforms.
They probably rather be out flying. They probably just don't care about it that much.
They do.
I've started my efforts in social media. I've built my own cheat sheet. I couldn't rely on the instances of providing me with how to do it from them, so I built my own. I've got
very good
Twitter and so forth, and do it like that. And on the subject of Twitter, you guys were talking about getting news headlines.
Yeah.
Well, I got tired of, I guess the news was always slanted. If you go to this site, it's their opinion and so forth.
Right.
So I went into Twitter. I made a list of 17 Twitter news feeds from everybody. I mean, you name them, they're in there.
Wow.
So I can spend a long time going through Reuters and all the different flavors.
Yeah. Well, I have those Twitter lists.
Twitter that way.
Yeah, I took advantage of Twitter lists from when it was introduced. And the thing is that, I mean, Twitter's another whole topic because it used to be my favorite platform of all platforms
Really?
because it was easy to bring it up on the phone. And, that the headlines are there,
Mhm.
but from the news outlets. But like Guy said, I had Twitter lists, or I could just go to the list and see
Mhm.
what the news feed was from them. And then if it was a topic that really did interest me, then I could, continue on. I wouldn't click through from my phone. I'd wait till I was at my desktop or something to do that.
Mhm.
But it was a much different Twitter
Hmm.
back in 2009.
Mhm.
I mean, and then, I was one that was glad that Elon bought it because I just could see all the garbage that was happening
Mhm.
that, when the opening of the last election started, I said, "Oh no, you do not do this online. You just don't do
Yeah.
it." And I was just so angry, and they just turned it into a cesspool. And
Yeah.
then Facebook did the same thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it just took all of the community away because that's not what community is about. We have to
Yeah.
have those things to have communities, but for communities to thrive, it's about the people.
I
And the
try to
people.
only click on certain pages and people because I want the algorithms to. I'm trying to force the algorithms to take me where I want to go. You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
like when I see clickbaity stuff,
Mhm.
I usually ignore it, even on
Yeah.
YouTube, because a lot of people say that TikTok and YouTube, they're all negative. They're all positive for me, but I think it's because I kind of skew the algorithms by only clicking on certain things.
Well, that used to work. That used to work
Uh-oh.
for me on Facebook
Okay.
very well.
Okay.
And I felt like, well, I'm a master at this.
Yeah.
I know where to click and all that crap. That's why I said I'm gonna jump on and see what Guy and oh, I gotta stop chatting here pretty soon. Had to give myself a timer to shut up.
Oh.
Hold on just a minute.
I was looking around the room going, what's making that noise?
And I don't know
Could
what
you
happened.
turn that off?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm hitting stop and the damn
Just
thing
click
won't stop.
click mute on your microphone. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I guess we'll talk to you later, Barb.
Yeah, once the alarm stops.
That's funny.
So I was looking at Twitter because I was getting ready, to show you the news.
Mm-hmm.
And Reactive Outdoor has got a tent that takes 3 seconds to set up. If you saw the video, let me show you this.
I bet it's one of those folding things and it pops out.
Just a second.
Okay, let's see.
This will be on. Take this off your bucket list. You can see.
This is gonna be fun.
You can say you've seen a quick tent.
Oh, okay, there we go. Let me click on it.
Okay,
Oh,
there's the guy.
unexpected.
It's just like poof.
What?
And that's how quick it is to fold it up.
Oh.
And Bazinga, he's got it in the bag and he's done.
Dang.
It only weighs 7 pounds. It's too little for Dar and I, but for just one person,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I wish it were that quick for those pop-up tents that you use at like special events and stuff.
Yeah, just to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I found out. I bought one of those once, and my neighbor across the street, he's passed away now. He says it takes 2 people to set this up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't keep trying to do it by yourself because
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he helped me, and then it set up. I only paid $15 for it secondhand. Now it's pretty good deal, I thought.
Okay.
That's back when I had the big garden, well,
Mhm.
me, and was growing tomatoes and so forth.
Yeah.
Good. I gave all my tomato seeds away.
Oh.
When the guy Ray, the lawn. He has a big garden at his house.
Okay.
And I said, you just inherited all my tomato seeds. All
Well,
I'm
he can bless you. He can bless you with some tomatoes later on this summer, though.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure he
good.
will.
Well, it was fun chatting with you two today. I apologize.
Barb.
The timer went off and told me my time was up. So,
Okay.
and it was funny because my husband and I were playing with that timer earlier because it did have an option to count down. I was sure it did, right? Neither one of us could find it. And in this process of me trying to stop, because it didn't do the standard protocols to stop when it happened, up comes that option to do what I was looking for to begin with.
Yay. It's ill times, that's all.
Yeah,
Okay.
you all have a great weekend.
Thank you, Barb, for dropping by. Drop by anytime.
You're quite welcome. Bye.
Take care.
Adios.
Okay,
I just got a phone call from Safeway Edison, and I think that means it's my prescriptions are due.
There you go.
I've got some that are on email, and so they automatically message me.
Nice.
Have a good one.
See you soon.
Good luck at the jam session today.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Well, look, judging from the window behind you, you're going to have pretty nice weather, I think.
Oh, it's sunny all day.
Yeah.
Sunny all day.
Take your shades.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty. That is today's show. Share this out so that more people can know what's happening in Durham. I would appreciate that. Now, tomorrow's show, with it being Saturday, usually it's at 10 o'clock on Saturdays, and it still will be at 10 o'clock. The problem is, I shouldn't say problem, but the issue is I'm supposed to be DJing for Operation Medicine Drop, which is over by Discount Tire, over there by Sam's Club on 15501. And that's only if it's not raining. So I hope it's not raining tomorrow. In any case, I'll go ahead and pre-record tomorrow's show just in case. So you'll still see the show at 10 regardless. So anyway, have a beautiful day. This is going to be a perfect afternoon. If you're on the bus, come by and say hello. I'll be downtown, Pettigrew, 3:30 until 6:30. So anyway, have a beautiful afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow, not live, but you'll see the show at 10, and then I'll see you again live. Oh, wait a minute. I might not be live on Monday either, because Monday I have a meeting at Meals on Wheels. Okay, the show will be airing at noon on Monday, but it won't be live. Just have a beautiful weekend. That's all I have to say, and I'll see you really soon with the next Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.